thing that broke for me at that point was that I said, I have to just make money. I don't care about running a business. I don't care about the branding. I don't care about the enterprise. I was like, I just need to make money so I can get out of this horrible, painful situation I'm in. I barely had anything. And then I sold the gyms. I basically fire sold the gyms because I wanted to start doing the gym launch thing. Because that's what Russell, who became my, I signed up for Inner Circle as a gym owner, which made no sense, by the way.
Yeah.
I was on the sales call. The guy was like, "Oh, there's tons of gym owners here. Like, it'll be like you'll love it. You'll get super connected." And it was one of the best decisions I ever made. But none of that stuff is true. It's true. And it has nothing to do. Like, he might not have known. There was nothing disingenuous about it. It just the group was. I was the only brick and mortar owner in the group. But because of that, they were like, "What are you doing in a brick and mortar gym?" Well, like, online is where it's at. And so when he heard what I was doing with my gyms, he was like, "Dude, you have 6 gyms and you're 26." He's like, "You need to be teaching people what you're doing." And I was like, "I don't want to teach anyone what I'm doing." I was like, "This thing is like, I've spent so long developing this whole process. I don't want to give anyone my secrets." And so that's what transitioned me to doing the launches, because I still didn't want to give away the secrets because I was so scarcity mindset stuff. And then finally, through a series of unfortunate events, basically we were doing like 6 or 8 gyms a month. So we started scaling it up, right? I had 8 sales guys do 8 gyms a month, and they didn't.
How are you handling that demand? You were just hiring like crazy, like just like getting the deals and then figuring out how to service later. Cause that must have been, I mean, for somebody, especially like yourself that likes systems and like things in orderly fashion.
It was a mess. It was a mess.
But cash was flying in, so you could use that cash to clean up the mess.
Cash wasn't really flying. Cash only flew in after we started doing the launches. So it's like someone would say, "Yes, I want to do this thing," and let's say it's, what day is today? So it's April, right? So they would say yes. I'm like, "Well, I can't slate you for May because I've already got gyms slated for May." So I was like, "I could put you in June. I've got 2 slots left for June." So I had to balance how many gyms I had versus how many sales guys. The thing is, as soon as I moved to the next month, I had to get 8 more gyms because I had 8 guys. And I couldn't get 10 because I still had 8 guys because I didn't. Then you're like, do I scale up 2 more? But that means I have to do 10 the next month, right? So that part was scary. But the problem with the original model was I was the one holding the bag for the liability.
Right.
So I made all the sales, I processed the payments, but I had no control over delivery. And candidly, the people who were coming to me who wanted to get more clients weren't, I mean, if we're being candid here, were not the best gym owners, because really good people at delivery have full gyms. Right. So the people who were really struggling were the ones who came. And so they didn't do the best job of delivery at the time. And so I had 2 gyms in a matter of a week tell all the clients that I had sold to refund after I left. And it wasn't me, it was one of my sales guys, but like, you get the idea. Yeah. So I got $100,000 in refunds, and like, that was like everything I had saved up at that point. I had $100,000 in refunds, and basically the percentage of refunds that were there exceeded my margin in the business. And so what ended up happening was I had to sell more the next month to cover the month before's refunds. And I had to do that. And I had to do that 2 months in a row. And the nut kept getting bigger with every month that I would scale up. And so it was just it was horrible. Just the pressure was it was horrendous.
Do you think that pressure was necessary, at least at that stage, to catapult you to like have to figure it out? Because like there was literally no other option.
Yep, I'm a big believer in that. What's interesting is that when I started the gym,
you would have been at the scale you're at now, at this quick without that, or that was a catalyst, would you say?
It was a catalyst because of the way the model was thought out. And so I'm a big proponent of this, is that, so for anyone who's listening, most people have had financial troubles in their lives at some point, right? But just about everyone listening has gotten out of those financial troubles.
Right, eventually.
And especially if you're an entrepreneur, there's been many times you're like, how the fuck am I gonna make payroll? I've got this tax bill that comes up, and then somehow magically you pull it out of your ass and you make it happen, right?
Right.
And the thing is that it's my belief that everyone knows how to make money. They just aren't comfortable making it for themselves. They're okay making it for the government. They're okay making it for their employees. They're okay making it for their landlord. They're okay making it for their overhead. But when it comes to themselves, they treat themselves poorly. And so the thing that broke for me at that point was that I said, I have to just make money. I don't care about running a business. I don't care about the branding. I don't care about the enterprise. I was like, I just need to make money so I can get out of this horrible, painful situation I'm in. And so that is how that's what launched Gym Launch, version 2, which became the coaching program, right? And it was because I figured, what's the most valuable thing I have? And I was like, I'll tell people how I've been making $100,000 just going to a gym and doing my process. But I was so scared of giving it away that the only reason I ended up doing it was because I was actually going to get out of the industry. So my wife started her online business.
How'd you meet her, by the way? Because I love that story.
Yeah, she, you know my stuff, so I'll try. So my wife and I met on Bumble, and she was a trainer, and she was the top salesman for 24 Hour Fitness in Southern California. And so on our first date, I pitched her on working for me. I was like, hey, even if this doesn't work out, you should totally work for me. It was like a done with you program kind of thing. Like, this is the curriculum. This is what you're going through. I'll talk to you every week to make sure that you're following it. We adjust things, et cetera. And it started working. And so I had 8 gyms that were supposed to launch the next month. And I called them up and said, hey, we're not going to do this. We pivoted directions. And, they were like, hey man, we need this. And only at this point, because I didn't think I was going to get into fitness because I was so scarcity mindset, that I was like, fine, I'll sell my secrets. And so I sold my system, for $6,000. That was the first guy. And I put the number so high that I thought no one would ever say yes. That was that was my actual thought. Was I just picked a number that I didn't think anyone would buy. And the guy said yes. And I was like, holy shit. And then now that I knew I had to make this thing, because I sold one of them, I got on the call with the next guy and I said, same conversation. And I was like, $8,000. And he was like, okay. And I was like, holy shit. And the next call, same thing. I was like, $10,000. He was like, okay. And I was like, holy mother of God. And so I did $60,000 in sales on that one day.
Yeah.
And I realized, I was like, I mean, I can't express how all I felt was like, whatever this was, let's do as much of this as humanly possible. And I want to get out of this horrible place because I still owed.
Yeah.
My nut for the next month was going to be like $100,000. And that was before overhead. I had like $100,000 that I had to cover from refunds I knew were going to come, then overhead, then, you know what I mean? Then maybe there would be profit.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I went back to all 33 gyms and said, hey, remember that thing I did at your gym where we filled it up? Want to see how I did it? And they were like, sure. And so I basically sold almost every one of those guys, and ended up making, I think, $350,000 the next month.
And what were the deliverables, or how are you packaging it? And the reason I ask is because a lot of entrepreneurs out there, they may have this expertise, or be building up to it, and they have a hard time figuring out how to package it, right? You can't sell what you don't package. So did you kind of audition different models? I'm sure over time you have, but initially that first round.
Thank you so much for enjoying this video. And if you found this content valuable, uplifting, and inspiring to take your life and your business to the next level, then I have some exciting news for you. Because the Passionate Few Academy officially launched our brand new on-demand training that you can access absolutely free at www.tpfacademy.com. Right there, you'll learn the #1 way to grow your personal brand or business brand online fast. The same way I've learned from interviewing some of the most successful people on the planet right here on the show who've done exactly that. So again, don't forget to check it out, www.tpfacademy.com. I promise you'll be blown away. And also, don't forget, there's 3 ways you can connect with me further. #1, you can text me absolutely free at the number on the screen right now and send me your most pressing life, business, or branding question, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. #2, if you'd like to be interviewed on the show, you can actually apply right now in the description below and apply to share your incredible story, brand, or business right here with an audience of potentially millions of people, the same way we've helped experts, entrepreneurs, and authors just like you. And don't forget, that opportunity comes with the ability to partner with us and help feed 1 million people through our partnership with Feeding America. Again, you can click the link in the description below titled Interview Application to find out more. And last but not least, #3, if you'd like to get consulting from our team and work with you to help you grow your personal brand or business brand, no matter what industry you're in, we can do that by simply filling out the questionnaire in the description below titled Consulting Application. And if our team thinks that you'd be a great fit, who knows, you may just be invited to work with us to help you take your business to the next level. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for enjoying this video. Make sure to smash that subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you never miss an episode. And until next time, live strong, live with passion, and I'll see you in the next inspiring video.